Boys and girls, please take a moment to share today's episode with someone who values free speech and enjoys brutally honest comedy. And I'll talk to you on the other side. Welcome to the show, folks. Final day of the week. What is this, right before Christmas, right, Dallas? Yeah. Have a happy Kwanzaa, folks, and Ramadan and all that other horse shit. Great guest today. One of the funniest comics working, man. And I mean that. To me, the sign of a good comic is when you go, you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth next. A little unpredictable on stage, and basically says, fuck your feelings, hear how it is. And the great Kurt Metzger. Kurt, what's going on, pal?
Hey, yeah, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. Let me comment on, you look like a professor at NYU. What's going on here? You got that's a great beard. It's a
just a beard hair loss, the professor look, they call it.
No, but why do you look way healthier? Or is it me?
I've been I didn't go to NYU. The professors are hot. I went. I live by Runyon, so I started hiking and then going to gym and stuff. So it's. And I think in New York, I wasn't getting enough vitamin B, but like a lot. Like Jay had to go get shots. You remember that?
Yes.
Jay had to go get shots for his deficiency.
Yeah, you look. Honest to God, this is weird. You look younger than last time I saw you. We were doing Horace and Pete.
Yeah, right.
Well, it was like 5 years ago.
I think in the pandemic, I didn't do nothing. I just was inside all the time. I look like a bloated corpse of when they find me later.
You look like, honest to God, it's fucking blowing me away. You look like you should be doing commercials for fucking Lipitor or some shit.
You think I could be the Lipitor?
You do. You look, at least in this, I don't know if you have a filter on, but you look like a...
It's just natural lighting through the window.
I was expecting a more disheveled, I don't know, but I see you got the vape still going.
Yeah, no, I still have a vape going. And also I started drinking too. I was like, I'm going to work out and also start drinking again. So I did that.
You got to do something. If you're going to work out steady, you got to have a release. Right? You got to have a few pops, you know?
Dude, it's not even hard to go to the gym. I go in, I'm in there like half an hour, get my dick sucked in the bathroom, I'm out.
The 92nd Street Y.
I don't even know what machines we have.
Yes, I've been blown on the pec deck a few times, but that was Equinox. That was at Equinox. There's some type of introduction plan. No, I'm just fucking. I'm laughing because you look just way younger. By the way, this guy has won an Emmy Award for writing for Amy Schumer and a Peabody.
So no, I didn't. So hold on.
You didn't?
I really didn't. Wait. Oh,
go ahead.
Now you're cutting out.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I think if we talk at the same time, it does that. I have to wait.
You go.
Sorry, it's my fault. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I didn't really get. They re-engraved it. Dan Paolo, the producer, re-engraved an Emmy to me because I didn't get one officially. The song everybody works on it because it goes in the room, but me and Kyle mostly worked on that song. And then the other guy, Dallas, who's a good musician that arranged it, he got a statue. Some bullshit reason that I didn't get one, and then Dan, who's a nice guy, re-engraved one, gave it to me.
Why do the comics always get? Why wouldn't they?
Well, I don't give a fuck about it. I mean,
I know you don't.
Peabody Award, I think, is a nicer award, and like also, who gives a shit?
I know these. I was in sports as a kid. I was a jock, and you earned a trophy. You got your head bashed in for 6 months, whatever. But then you watch, you watch these. That's all they do in Hollywood is jerk each other off. There's a show every other week. The fucking the Tonys,
I take
the Karens,
it as a message to watch it.
Huh?
Like I take it as a message to watch your fucking mouth. When I was there, every other year, there's like the TV ones, and then there's like the ugly Emmys, I used to call them, with like, so the writers every other year would go the ugly Emmys. And then, with like the people, the crew kind of awards. Yes. And then every other year, the TV ones. And I went one year, and Jill Soloway from Transparent, is that what it's called? Or Transamerica? It was like an award-winning show from I think Jill Soloway is like a dude now, actually. I might have fucked up.
I guess, surprised I missed that one. Go ahead.
Say it again?
I said I'm surprised I missed that show.
Well, here's what was funny. I think it was Transparent, but it was Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh.
Played a transgender, right?
Yep, that I do know.
Okay, so Jill at the time, Soloway, when Jill Soloway was a lesbian, I guess she's whatever. So she comes on stage and does a speech, and she goes, fight the patriarchy. And everybody's like, woo! I'm like, oh, none of these people watch this show. And also, here's all, she's dressed like Doctor Who. She's dressed like the sixth Doctor from Doctor Who. And I'm like, is patriarchy the men's store at the mall? You buy your fucking bolo ties? What are you talking about? And like the statue it was like sharp. And you could see it was like a reminder, like you hold the fortunes of great men in your hand. And if you ever stumble, the wings will stab you in the throat. Like it's a message, like you sleep with the fishes kind of message. That's what it is.
Unfucking believable. I don't know how I get in. Let me tell you something. I got into stand-up to be funny, and I guess we all showbiz aspirations when we start. But if I ever knew what a fucking fruitcake of a business this is, and who runs it, and what are you going to do to... I think I would have been...
Well, you can make it... See, the thing is, I mean, especially... Yeah, me too.
Right.
Like me and Kyle try to make that show now. I came up with just work for Viacom and HBO and shit. Like, all my jobs I could think about, the pop stream minor, like Viacom mostly,
yeah,
various cable,
yeah,
like a little bit of network stuff, and that's it.
Right.
And it wouldn't even occur to you. I didn't watch fucking YouTube when it came. Remember when it was getting promoted? And I guess that was the good time to be on, when you got ad money. And I was like, oh, I work for Real TV. I don't watch anything on. I don't even watch the streaming things. Like,
I know.
My attention span's short now too. Like, yeah. I don't have an attention span for I'd rather watch somebody tell me about a show that kind of interested me than watch it.
Did you think that's because of the weed? Did the weed
No.
No?
The weed is how I could scrape up enough interest to even watch.
Let me tell you. I'm with you, man. Everybody was talking about. I'm behind my TV. Colin Quinn, if you want, he suggested these series to me that are so fucking good. A few years ago, what was the one, Dallas, I keep telling you about? Oh, God. Why is the word always... Gomorrah.
Right.
Did you ever see them about Gomorrah? It's about the mob outside of Naples.
Oh, is it like... I saw the movie, but I know they made it. I guess they made a show of it, too.
You're right. They had a movie based on the character in the... Yeah, the series, it's the best TV I ever watched. I mean, it's, it has the subtitles because it's... But it was as good as anything I've ever seen on TV. Then I watched Fauda. Did you see that one? About the Jewish... this guy... By the way, now he's like Schwarzenegger's bodyguard, but he actually worked for I don't know if it's the Mossad or whatever, Israeli undercover, and it's all stories. He's the star of it. He looks like Dave Attell. All I can think of is Dave Attell. Looks just like Attell, but he's charismatic. There's something women love about him, and he's the real deal. Yeah. So he made a show about him going in. It opens with him going to a goddamn wedding in Palestine. They're hunting down terrorists that have killed Jews. It's all these are all real stories, and it was a series. It's again the best shit I have ever seen in my life. So I've watched a bunch of that, and then everybody's talking about Yellowstone. So me and my wife, I said let's try Yellowstone because I like Kevin Costner. I fucking admit it, but I can't help it, Kurt. I can't help it. These women characters, they give these soliloquies for about 5 minutes that women don't even talk like this in real life, where they tell a guy to go. I mean, it's so unrealistic. Even
wait.
Yeah.
In the show, in those shows you were watching?
In Yellowstone, not the ones that Colin told me about. Those are great because.
Okay.
But over here with the Hollywood feminist horse shit.
But yeah, well, I mean, first of all, that's all. That's like the good writers are like grandfathered into very specific shows if you're going to do that, and so then they got a bunch of like hacks, and the writers are like when I was writing, it was a variety of kind of backgrounds doing it.
Right.
It wasn't. I mean, it was diverse in terms of there were like stand-ups doing it, but now it's just like a mix of hack writing and like
yes
ESG directives. And,
yes,
and then people whose packets. It's crazy, and so people like Ian Edwards, like Ian Edwards and Hugh Moore were like the black writers. When I was doing it, right,
right.
And Ian's a fucking. I mean, I like both of them a lot, but like Ian's like a guy, like a fucking legend to me, of writing on shit, and it's crazy the shit he has to deal with. Remember, like all the black comics I knew, they want to put a black man in a dress, and I would be like. I see him be twisting Flip Wilson's arm to do that, or Jimmy Fox.
That's right.
And right, but then I realized, not just black men. They want to put all the men in a dress.
That's right.
Who aren't a cop or a soldier.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh my God! First they came for the black guys, and I did nothing.
No, you're exactly right, man. I'm fucking. Even my wife's looking at me. I was enjoying it. And then this character comes on, it's Costner's daughter, and she's got a few head problems, but she gives these 2-minute fucking monologues that could be ripped from a feminist paper today, that don't even fit back in 1999. Where she's trying to make a deal with some oil guy, and she's there, take your cap teeth and your waxed ass the fuck out of here, you cheesy motherfucker. Like some guy's not gonna fucking crack. No woman has ever said that to a guy and fucking ended up fucking conscious.
Well, who were the, I mean,
who makes
classes,
it?
I'm sure.
Who?
Okay. I don't watch any of them shows because you know the whole mafia has a podcast now. The entire mafia. You're like, what's the mafia been up to? Podcasting.
I know.
Yeah. So number one recommendation, Sammy the Bull podcast.
Yes.
I don't think I could even watch Casino is great and Goodfellas is great.
Right.
Right. And those are pretty close to reality, right?
Yes.
Other than a few things.
Yep.
But after you sit and hear them tell them the stories, and then you see their little podcast fights, like they have rivalries. I talked to the one dude, John A-Light. Remember PJ? You know PJ, right?
PJ
Landers. Remember PJ?
From what?
You know PJ Landers, the dude that used to own the Boston at one point? Redheaded guy, big redheaded guy.
Yes.
So he was doing something with John A-Light, the Albanian guy that was like the John Jr. bodyguard.
Yes.
So I talked to him on the phone for a while.
Oh, you did?
Because he would only do a podcast in person, and he was in Albania. But I did talk to him for a bit. I think I maybe said something kind of insulting without meaning to. I hope I didn't.
Yeah, I hope not.
But it's amazing their rivalries like they have. It's like comics, but they're like it's just wild. And I met that Francesi guy at a Jordan Peterson thing backstage because I didn't get a chance to ask him, but when Epstein died, somebody asked him, "Do you think it was suicide?" And he goes, "Well, those charges were really like serious, so guys like that got a lot of reason to suicide themselves, commit suicide. So I think probably." I was like, "That's a weird thing for him to say."
Yes, yeah. So that's
like I don't want no more trouble from the government kind of thing to say.
That's right. It was Francesi. Did you say Francesi was at a Jordan Peterson thing?
Yeah, he's a Christian.
Oh, okay.
He's the Christian one. He's still like the same like hustling guy because it's like a right. And I saw him first on like Vlad TV is how I saw him.
Oh, okay.
Then I saw Sammy the Bull's one.
Yeah.
And I just watched if you ever saw him, his Steven Seagal story is the best. I mean, we were pulled over laughing. I showed it to my friend on the way to his show. It's so hilarious how he tells that story.
I'm going to have to Google that. I watched a few of his first ones, Sammy the Bull. And yeah, I was getting a kick out of that too. Hey guys, make plans to come and see me on the road starting next month. Here's where I'll be and when. January 13th and 14th, Comedy Off Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky. February 3rd and 4th, the Grove Comedy Club, Lowell, Arkansas. March 11th and 12th, the Comedy Club of KC, Kansas City, Missouri. April 21 and 22, the Funny Bone, St. Louis and St. Charles, Missouri. You can get tickets to all these shows at nickdip.com and click on the tour button. Let me ask you, Kurt. We're talking a very funny dude, Kurt Metzger. Anything you want to plug right now before I forget to ask you?
So yeah, we're making me and Kyle are making a new Fresh Prez of DC, like 12 episodes.
You and
that'll
did you
be
say
coming out
Colin?
soon.
You and who?
You know Kyle Dunnigan?
Dunnigan, yes, Kyle. That's right. Oh yes. How's he doing? He's
good. We're doing we're doing it's like a sitcom. Well, it's a sitcom about Biden. It was just going to be the opening song and him rapping it, you know.
Yeah.
And then it got carried away. We made a show out of it, and then so now we had to make 12 of them. So we're working on that now. That's like the next step.
Good for you. Good for you. Let me ask you about. I know this is old news to you, and people have asked you about it 1,000. I never got the full grasp of it. Like you were one of the first casualties of this whole hashtag Me Too horse shit. Can you?
No, it wasn't. No. You know what?
No.
There was none of that back then.
Oh, it's before that. Okay, it preceded that. All right.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing yet. But what was a thing was like believe women. It's not believe all women. It's believe women.
That's right.
Which is also a stupid thing to say. Because what? Like, it's like you're like, believe men. You're like, what?
Right.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's no gray area there? No, you just have to believe that.
Listen, there's one group on the earth that's stupid enough to just default believe women, and they're called men.
That's right.
Women know not to do that.
That's right.
What the fuck? What are you talking? So what that really is believe the media because what Me Too is a way to not get sued and get all the rewards of a juicy rape story.
That's
how
right.
they love.
That's right.
And they're just reporting on what people are saying. And now there's like first of all, now the media is purely PR for the highest bidder. That's all that it is. That's what FTX kid. Well, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, that was the end of Me Too. It should have been the Biden charges. Should have been, but it wasn't.
That's right. That's right.
So all kind of like my friends are smarty pants people that do, like, people I like too. I'm not the treasure, but like I didn't really pay attention. Well, you should, because that's when Me Too ended. That's when you should, because Me Too trickled down from like it actually got stolen from that lady, and she got co-opted. Right, it was like for inner city. And by the way, it wasn't like a kangaroo court of social media. It was literally like you live in some miserable third world conditions and had no idea you're not supposed to, you're not supposed to live the life of Precious.
Right.
Like, and I thought Precious, when I came out, I used to make fun of him. I'm like, come on, man, don't lay it on. No, I had no idea. There's one comic I work with who's a social worker in Baltimore. It's like shit you heard about in Iraq.
Oh,
okay?
Sure.
That's how fucked up. People don't even. You wouldn't even. You're like, what the fuck? And it's like, if you're lucky, you don't have to see it. But people working at it, and they'll tell you. Like The Wire was pretty accurate, but didn't even show like the real Precious stuff. You know?
Right. What triggered the whole thing with you though? Because I always bring you up.
There was a
girl online who had a hard on for you for a rape joke or something.
Well, no, I mean, listen, literally.
I know it's old news.
Nobody remembers or gives a shit is what I learned. Like well into me still remembering it. Like I'm like, oh, I really am feeling the effect. You don't even know what the fuck I did, but it don't really matter. Like I just hashtag didn't. Well, I was the initial thing. What really it was is being a social media addict at the time and not understanding. Like I've never been in trouble for like jokes. I said I've only been in trouble for saying, "Hey, maybe UCB is not an SVU." they said this guy. Somebody posted that this dude got who I didn't know, wasn't a friend of mine, but Upright Citizens Brigade, the improv theater, has done an internal investigation and something not ruled, but and it's something that this guy is guilty of rape and has found that he's guilty of rape. So I saw Che had posted it, and he's like, "Jesus Christ, go to the police!" Like,
that's what this
and
was.
I started making fun of it,
right?
And I started putting like, what are they, UCB SVU, and then that in turn would trigger a bunch of like blogger kind of people at me. Now, I already had one that was wanted to get me that I didn't even know, because these are like. I had no idea what the fuck, like,
right.
Really,
Nobody
it's my fault for being on Facebook. Like, I'm fucking Anne Frank and you can read her diary as she writes it, idiot. Like, Even Anne Frank, she had to be dead before they released that shit.
That's right.
You don't let people read your diary while you're alive.
That's right.
But I don't have anything to hide about myself.
Right.
But I had no idea what everybody. You have to conduct like you're everyone's running for president now, so you have to talk like
that's right.
There's a dirty campaign running against you. That's going to take anything you say.
That's right.
And you're going to be a Muslim or whatever. Like that kind of bullshit nonsense. And I didn't realize that was for everyone now, and that's what this did. And it made it so that your job controls your after hours times. Because I never said shit when I had a job. I was not on Facebook saying shit about anything.
Right.
That's my time when I'm not working.
That's right.
But now
it
it's
bleeds
like
in.
That just slowly became where you better reflect the company values at all times. It's got nothing to do with Me Too. Me Too is just a tool for now.
Right.
It's done, but it's like an ESG tool or something now. It's a way to move up for like House of Cards kind of Game of Thrones-y people.
Right. So, but it costs you work and stuff, right? Didn't it cost you work at clubs and dates and stuff?
Yeah, well, a couple clubs, but stand up you can't be like kicked out of. That's the lowest you can go if you're stand up.
You got that right.
Like I'm like a dummy that likes stand up, but
Me
so
too.
I'm fine with that. But that's the mud.
Yeah, Artie Lang said we're the plumbers of show business, if it's even show business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to say...
No, it's not. Louis told me it ain't show business.
No, that's true. I never looked at it as show business either, you know? Well,
it is not.
We'll send you a white limo to the La Quinta Inn to pick you up for your morning radio. Ooh, I'm in show business. Fucking 11 degrees in Green Bay. Doing some ex-Green Bay Packers radio show. Does he want the SUV or the limo? I'm like, what? I said, I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. Send me a fucking bus. I don't give a fuck. It really is funny. The people can. Hey,
all that stuff's so old now, dude.
Right.
Like, I follow. I get in holes of like internet shit because the key to all of this is understanding autism. And
that's right.
well, I'm telling you, and you can't even believe. I mean, I have like a madman. I mean, not literally, but like yarn and string to connecting things, like because it's wild the weird connections there are of all this stuff if you have broad enough taste.
Yep.
It really is the same. Like it's basically everything's a pyramid scheme everywhere. Everything is like outsourced pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
And then a new one has to form, and it's everywhere. Like if you were mad about like you didn't like how they fucked up Star Wars, like my friends that have nerd channels.
Yeah. There's
companies doing like CIA dirty tricks on them on their YouTube, 100,000 views channels.
Unbelievable.
Fucking crazy.
Yes, it's getting creepier by the day. What else?
On Twitter, you saw it, yeah.
Yeah, fucking. I'm one of those guys on, the Elon. I love what Elon's doing, but I'm one of these guys going because I know I get shadow banned because I put a tweet out there, something that was semi-funny would get 900 likes, and then all of a sudden it dropped down to 14. Like, so I knew something weird was going on. So now I'm one of these people.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going. If they're going to uncover who was shadow banned, I'm praying that I was shadow banned and people just didn't like me on Twitter. They just got sick of me and said, "Fucking."
Well, did you get new followers because of it?
Here's where I am on Twitter-wise, Kurt. My fucking manager won't even let me on there. When I have something to tweet, I use it like I think you're supposed to. If you're in our business, just plug your shit. Like you said, don't get into pissing fight. I used to get a few drinks of me. I literally tweeted, I hope Jack Dorsey's taken it in the ass from the Detroit Lions secondary. It was this fucking 10-minute tweet about fucking Dorsey being raped by black guys. I sounded like Mel Gibson, like when he was drinking. And all of a sudden,
you sound like you were madly in love with Jack Dorsey at one time, but he stopped blowing you.
That's exactly how it came out.
They were like, "Wait, did he break up with Jack Dorsey?"
And my manager, tweeted. He goes, "Get that? You want to?" I go, "I'm gonna buy." He goes, "Get the fuck off Twitter." Blah blah blah. And I was like you though. When I did Comics Come Home in Boston, the last time they'll ever have me probably. Wanda Sykes went on before me and did her whole anti-Trump horse shit with not one joke, just a fucking tirade against. So I had to go on right after her.
Well, she's earned it.
Yeah.
She's retired. She had a great run, and she earned Trump.
A black female lesbian making it big in Hollywood, somebody who they won't let fail. What a fucking shock. So I gone after her, and I fucking...
She overcame an eating disorder to make it to the top, like Ellen DeGeneres.
That's right. I went on after her, and I unloaded, and I'm getting booed. There was 15,000 people there. Half the people were loving it. But Boston's so liberal now. It was the first time I ever get booed by like 8,000 people at once. It was actually a good feeling. As a comic, it doesn't bother you. But like an idiot, I go back to
it bothers me a lot for many days afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
It hurts very deeply, actually, when I get all of them booing.
When I go back to the hotel room, and this is before I knew how it worked either, Twitter. I'm a fucking older guy. So instead of, somebody said, go on Twitter, look what, my wife said, look what this, and, he's a racist cocksucker. They're just unloading. So I'm like, my wife said, just hang up your phone. I go, no, I'm not. I fucking went into the mini bar. I got a nip of Jack Daniels, a fucking vodka. I drank those down and laid on the bed, and I fought everybody for like 2 hours.
How recently did you do this?
Oh, this is fucking Christ. This has got to be 10 years ago.
Yeah, okay. I was afraid this just happened.
Oh, no.
Have you learned nothing?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I had no idea how it worked. But I laid.
It's designed to do that, dude.
That's right.
That's right. To do that.
That's right. That's exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They invented a way for America to spy on itself for them.
That's right. That's exactly
right.
And
it's not just like, I don't mean just the fucking lizard people, whatever. I mean every company. Every single thing.
Yes, globally.
When people worry about China, I'm like, China has some kind of like rules in place, and you know what they are from day to day. They don't change retroactively.
Right.
Okay? We got the same shit here. I don't know if people think we don't.
No, you're absolutely
right. China has better privacy laws. People, all of them, the government's going to go in your shit if they want to. So don't imagine you have that freedom. As far as companies doing it, China just implemented better laws than we fucking have of them doing that.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up it is.
Well, yeah.
So all that, I have to I have to consciously, if I get any kind of shit, like not get into it, especially if I was just like doing a show where I'm like thinking of jokes, because when you're like hot after you did a thing.
Yes.
And then, and I'm not saying anything bad that I don't give a shit about in trouble or something at this point, but I can say funny shit, and I have to keep myself. I'm like, went too far. Like, I gotta pull out, and I have to consciously break myself of it because it's made to do that to you.
Right. That's when the only time I'm actually happy. I'm a little older. I sort of, you know what I mean? I didn't fucking get thrown into this fire. It's like,
dude, I know Roseanne was telling the truth about being on Ambien. Remember people are like, oh, what does Ambien make you racist? No, Ambien makes you literally do things dead asleep. And everybody that condemns her has stories that they've told me about going on Amazon and buying shit on Ambien.
Yeah.
Or my doctor, not that he was coming down on Roseanne, but he's done his wife paint a closet. That's a joke in movies of people doing crazy shit on Ambien. What the fuck? And also, she thought the bitch was white. 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
She looked at one picture and said a dumb fucking thing.
Right.
But, I don't give a shit about that. But you have to understand, this ain't like the Boston streets where you wore your Jordache jeans with your dick poking out. This is the internet where you put on a furry suit and your dick pokes out. You're not tough here. But like these are roid rage. Autism's like a roid rage thing, like a guy beating you up at school.
Right.
So you're like, it's amazing. Like, it's how the tables have turned.
I know.
People are like old school, physical or aggressive. It ain't like that. The most depraved, autistic, like maniacs. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also probably like guys your age that are fucking mad, but they have a different reason.
Right.
It's a whole part of that. It's on purpose.
Yeah. No.
Why was that? Dude, I had to look it up if we were still before. I remember this when I really blew my mind. I was like, do we still have a war in Iraq? Like, I did Google if we still had one because I hadn't heard shit about it that long.
Right.
I didn't give a fuck about it. I was just like, wait, is that still happening? Oh, Guantanamo's still there. That's weird. Everybody was like, oh, about it, like, and then it turns out that a lot of the people they shouldn't have had in there.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
Because they just did how the cops do. So now what everybody should be seeing is, especially with all this FBI bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it? I always make this joke. Isn't it cool of radical Islamic terrorists to just like stop attacking us? That's nice of them. They
Yeah.
see we have other problems, I guess.
I know.
And,
I know. That's
and
pretty
now I'm
weird.
not. Now the enemy is fucking
It's Ramadan. They're
like
taking a break.
dorks who can't get laid is the enemy.
Yes.
Incels. That's Department of Homeland Security. In fucking nerds, and they are vicious bullies online.
Oh my God.
And they fucking so all that shit. Dude, that's what the FBI does. So everybody that was conservative for that shit,
Right.
and also like Bush is a hero to Democrats now. Like that's insane.
I know.
To watch that.
I know.
So that should give away the game to everybody who's still like left right bullshit. What do you yell at the Iron Sheik when he fought Hogan? Like anybody remember when WWF or E came out and said it was scripted?
Yeah.
And there's a Tosh.0 the guy's like, it's real to me, damn it. Remember that? That's every motherfucker upset about politics.
Well, you're right.
That chick screaming in the video about Trump, it's real to me. It ain't real.
Yeah, no, it's all. I say this on my show. I go, folks, I'll report the shit. Look, they made the rules. This is the game, whatever. I know there's 4 people in a room, or 10, and I swear to God, 8 of them are trans, running the planet. And I'll play along here, but I'm so goddamn cynical. It's a play. It's a big fucking play. Everybody's in on it. I don't even know how to describe it.
Well, you know what it is.
You know
It's
what
a
I'm trying to
pyramid
say.
scheme, so
what's that?
it's a pyramid scheme. So everything's FTX a pyramid scheme, right?
Right.
Or a Ponzi scheme, whatever.
Yeah.
Everything. That's what outsourcing is. That's what the global trade is. Like BlackRock, which has a thing called circular ownership. That's all the major companies. They invest in BlackRock, and BlackRock invests in them, which is Alameda FTX kind of, right? And you like bail yourself out and BlackRock.
Yeah, that's right. That's his company, Sam Fried's company, Alameda.
Yeah, it's pure money shit, dude.
Yeah,
that kid's great. I like him and Pharma Bro, the people that you see what it is, because they're in trouble for giving away the game. Remember, everybody hated that Shkreli kid.
Oh yeah.
And it was Weasley. They're all autistic. They don't feel normal. Or I could tell they only feel hot and cold kind of joke.
Yes.
They understand numbers and puzzles and games, right?
Yes.
And so that's how you get like a diversity calculator that came out where they're like for characters and video games, and it had like you have a point score for each thing.
Yes.
It's from Sweden. These are severely Asperger Nanette people.
No, that's the fucking truth.
Hannah Gadsby people.
Right.
Instead
of counting toothpicks when you drop a thing of
people
toothpick.
that have that, because New York, it was weird when that came to thing because it was such a thing of like comedians love trans chicks. Like it wasn't even a taboo. I don't remember until all of a sudden just before it was not a taboo.
Right.
I guess I was going to New York, but I've seen every kind of, and nobody talks about it. But I've seen like people where, oh yeah, I could see that you need to get the thing and it worked out for you. Yeah. I had a friend at school who just was gay and hated himself for it because his family hated him. Right. So it was Iranian style. Then there's the people that are autistic and they don't have strong identities at all. That's why online they're like they get like power mad and like Reddit. Right, I never used to go on that. I don't go on it now. It's like these little like out of a Soviet era like nerd snitches that run all of Reddit. And the guy, remember that kid killed himself that invented Reddit because he had his court case about downloading all these college materials?
Oh yes, I do.
Okay, well the other founder, I forget his name, Spez or something. That's like his handle. Yeah. So that guy, there was news about him changing Reddits on the Donald thing. Like if he didn't he would go in and fuck with people's messages. All this shit you're seeing on Twitter, Reddit was sold out a long time ago. And then he got the worst kind of nerds, the worst like diaper furry, fucking fedora, middle manager, psychopath people. Right. Those are the moderators, okay? It's on purpose because they're all shills. So it's not just a political thing. That's definitely part of it. But that guy pays them because it was an unpaid like work position. Right. He started paying them to do that fucking work, right? And he's paying them shill money. So, like Twitter, that guy that they just is like chased out of his home because he wrote a paper on putting kids on Grindr or whatever the fuck. Yoel Roth.
Yeah, Yoel Roth. Yes.
Yeah, they hire all those kind of people. And I was watching. I want to say it's the guy from Kiwi Farms. I can't remember his real name. Null is the guy, but because I was watching Chris Chan shit. But he said a thing that was very interesting, that in the tech world, on paper, trans is a great employee because it's checking off like three boxes
all the
at once,
boxes.
right?
Yes, yes.
It's better than woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
And also, she don't need pregnancy leave. You know, she's not going to get pregnant. You don't have to worry about that. And they're autistic, so they love just sitting on computers. So on paper, that's the perfect employee if you're looking at it from the cynical way, which is how they look at it. These are libertarians running the company.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Ain't that funny? All these libertarians, they get in charge, and they ain't libertarian for you, is it?
No, exactly. That's very.
It's weird.
Deep shit,
Democratic socialists for you, because it's feudalism now, dude. It ain't. You watch it with comics, like especially ones used to be dirty. I told Howard Stern's great. Like I did all the outrageous things, and now you can stop.
I know that's the one that fucking. That's the one that still blows my mind.
He was always a dick, dude. It was just cool because he was an underdog, and now he's not an underdog.
That's right.
And you're like, why are you like that now that you're not?
There you go. That's a great point. All right, that's it. We got to do another one of these. Kurt,
Yeah.
Seriously, go see Kurt. Where you got you're not doing stand up anywhere? Or?
Go on my Instagram because all my dates go up on there.
At Kurt Metzger on Twitter, folks. All his dates are there. Go see him because, like I said, there's a ton of comics out there, but only very few are funny and interesting at the same time. And this guy falls in that category.
Yeah, but my set's not funny or interesting. I don't want to say, but I can't podcast for an hour on there.
Hey, buddy, thanks a lot.
I got a new hour. I'm working on a new hour, but I got stuff coming up all over. I'm going to be with Louis out here in January in California.
Oh, all right. There you go. All right. Hey, thanks, buddy. Good seeing you again.
You too, brother. Bye.
We'll talk to you. I believe that is it. Have I plugged everything and anything? And you think it, I'll say you're very welcome. We'll see you later. Take care.
Hi. Good night, everybody.